Hello and welcome back to the FPL TONEY YouTube channel. In today's video we'll be covering the best players to buy for blank game week 30. On top of that we'll also include some players you should be looking to sell, and as well at the end we'll cover some differentials who could help you boost your rank massively. If you do enjoy the content on the channel, please do like, please do subscribe, especially if you're into FPL content. That's what this channel is about, helping you improve your rank. So let's get into today's video. Now the first player that I'm going to be recommending for game week 30 for you to go out and buy is LACAZETTE. Now LACAZETTE did score in his last game, did score from the spot. He is on penalties for Arsenal, so that's one of the main reasons that I am recommending him. As you can see over the past 5 game weeks as well, 1 goal. That coming from the spot, and then the 4 assists, 3 of them did come away at Watford. He's linking up nice with the front 3 behind him of Martinelli, of Odegaard, of Saka. He's playing really well at the moment in an Arsenal side that have only lost 1 game in the last 7 Premier League matches. Arsenal in really good form, taking on a Villa side who are a little bit indifferent. I still can't quite figure out what Villa are or why they can't seem to put runs together at the moment. It's still quite baffling to me. So I definitely think this is a good fixtures target. Continuing on with fixtures as well, if you are looking for a long-term hold in the mid to high price forwards, then Alexander Lacazette could be the man for you. Arsenal pretty much have good fixtures to the end of the season. So if you want to bring him in this game week, they got Palace, definite fixtures to be targeting, and then Brighton, who have been dreadful since the turn of the year. So he's got good long-term fixtures. He's playing in this blank game week 30 when there aren't too many other forward options as well. He's on penalties. He's very much nailed for Arsenal, and that is why he is my first buy for game week 30. Continuing with the forward theme, the next player that I'm going to recommend is Ivan Toney, who has been killing it over the past 5 game weeks. Well, not even over the past 5 game weeks, over the past 3 games. Now, Ivan Toney has scored 5 goals in that run, obviously 3 coming from the penalty spot, but he has helped Brentford to win their last 2 games, 2 massive games for Brentford as well, and they take on a Leicester team who have been pretty poor at the back all season. It's been a consistent theme, and I definitely could see Brentford at least scoring 1 goal. And the man to do it is probably going to be their main man, Ivan Toney. Now, Ivan Toney's come back into the side from his injury, and he's just hit the ground running. Obviously, he's overperforming on his expected non-penalty goals, but I mean, the majority of his goals have come from the penalty spot. So that's a little bit of an explanation there. But I think as well, you've got to look how Brentford have been playing since he's come back in the side. Not only him, they've had Sergio Canos come back in as well, and Christian Eriksen, who has made a massive, massive difference to the creativity around Brentford. And for me, that is why Ivan Toney looks like a fantastic option for just this game week. I think longer term you're going to struggle to maybe hold on to him. That Chelsea fixture, West Ham, will Brentford maybe be worth it there? But definitely for game week 30, I think Ivan Toney, when there aren't too many forward options, you've got Kane, you've got your Lacazette, but for me, Ivan Toney should be the player you're going to buy this week. My first sell is Armando Broja. Now, Broja was bigged up a few game weeks ago as, you know, the next big thing, the answer to all our prayers. Why we need this guy. He's gonna score, he's playing nice fixtures, Southampton are in good form. Well, it just quite hasn't worked out like that. As you can see from the past 5 game weeks, 0 goals, 0 assists. It's not really worked out for him. Started on the bench against Watford as well, and then came off in the 90th minute with a potential injury. Don't know how bad that is, but for me, I was looking at bringing Broja in a couple of game weeks ago, and I did go Che Adams over Broja, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, if I was a Broja owner now, I would be looking to maybe upgrade him for this week to Ivan Toney. Obviously doesn't play in game week 30, potentially injured. And you've also got to look at Southampton as a team as well. Really fell off a cliff with their form. Lost their past 3 games. Some really embarrassing losses in there. The Watford one. Newcastle, it's kind of, Newcastle have looked really good over the past, since the end of January, sorry. So yeah, I don't think that one's as bad as people are making it out to be. But no game this game week, no goals, no assists in his past 5, and potentially injured. It looks like a very easy sell for Armando Broja. The next player that I'm going to be recommending to sell is Jarrod Bowen. Now, Jarrod Bowen was announced injured last week, and it's a fairly easy sell, isn't it, to be honest, guys? Jarrod Bowen, he's not going to play in game week 30. They have Spurs anyway. Will West Ham be able to get something out of that? And yeah, it's just an easy sell for me. Jarrod Bowen, there's lots of other good options out there at the moment. You got Rafinha, you got Kulusevski, but the fact is that I put him in this video is he's still owned by 14.5% of managers in FPL at the moment. What are you guys doing? There are plenty of other good midfield options, especially who have a nice game in game week 30. Just look to move him on. I still can't believe he's this highly owned. Maybe it's a lot of dead teams, who knows? But yeah, that's my second sell. Very easy. Get rid of Jarrod Bowen if you've got him. My first differential of the video. Now, I covered Christian Eriksen last week, and I did get a little bit of hate on Twitter for it. And yeah, when he got the assist, I was kind of buzzing. So he's back in again, Christian Eriksen. Still very, very low ownership. And they have a nice, tasty fixture in game week 30, especially for Christian Eriksen. Now, let me explain. Leicester have conceded the most goals from set plays this season. Brentford have scored the joint third most. And as if you remember me speaking about last week, Brentford are a team that target these marginal gains, corners, throw-ins, everything, set pieces. They've also then brought in Christian Eriksen, who is one of the best dead ball specialists in the world that you could, well, especially for Brentford's level. He's absolutely fantastic. Not only the fact that Leicester have conceded so many from set pieces and that Brentford have been so great, you just have to look at the way he's linking up with the team as well. He could have even had a second assist that game. He did play Ivan Toney through, who was then brought down, and the subsequent penalty was scored. So he could have had 2 assists in that game. And for 5.5 million, for a player who plays in game week 30, doesn't have the best long-term fixtures, but at that price you can just bench him anyway. But there are a lot of good midfield options, so that's maybe something that you've got to consider. But for me, Brentford, bit on the up, very, very set-piece orientated, with one of the best dead ball specialists that you could get for 5.5 million. Kind of seems like a match made in heaven for me for this game week, and definitely something you should be looking to target. So my first differential of this video is Christian Eriksen. Now, my second differential is Harvey Barnes. Now, obviously, a lot of people bringing in Leicester assets this week with them playing in game week 30 against Brentford. You've also got to look at the long-term fixtures as well. I know they have United after. And then Palace. Palace, a very nice fixture to be targeting, but they have a lot of games to be rearranged. Maybe in 33, maybe beyond. So, you know, Leicester players are going to become more valuable as the season goes on. As you can see from his past 5 game weeks, the stats have been okay. 1 goal, 2 assists. It's the touches in the box, though. That's the most among Leicester players. Speaking of the most among Leicester players, best for expected goals involvement and first as well for big chance creation. So you're looking at a player here who is below 3% ownership at the time of recording. I like the way he plays as well. He's very direct coming in off that left-hand side. He's got a fantastic shot on him as well. And they're going into a game, Brentford. Okay, Brentford have won their past 2 games, and I bigged them up in the previous bit, but they're definitely a team that could be exposed at the back, and I do believe that Harvey Barnes could be that man to expose them. He's first amongst creativity, first amongst goals involved as well for the Leicester team. The only thing to note with Harvey Barnes is that Leicester play in the Europa Conference League on Thursday. They play Rennes in the second leg. They are 2-0 up, so maybe could rotate their team, but just look out who's playing, who's not playing. If Harvey Barnes plays a full 90 minutes, maybe it's worth going for James Maddison or Tielemans. With that in mind, then you've got Tielemans who takes the penalties and James Maddison on set pieces. So I'd say for this one, just wait till about Friday morning. Just see what the team was for the Rennes game, see how they got on, because that is where they're going to be targeting for the rest of the season, Leicester, because the Premier League's not really gone well this season, and I feel if Brendan Rodgers can at least, you know, bring home the Europa Conference League, I feel that'll probably put the fans off his back. So just check on Thursday, see what the team was like, make sure that the players got through, no one was injured. But yeah, Harvey Barnes is my second differential pick. If you have enjoyed today's video, please do smash the like button, please do subscribe for more FPL content, and the best of luck for Game Week 30.